everybody, and welcome to today's session of Yogalates. So for today, we will use, I have these scattered all over the room. We will use a set of blocks. You're also welcome to grab a strap if you would like. Also a set of light weights. I'm just using 1 pound dumbbells. You can go heavier. You can do without the weights entirely. In addition, we are also going to use a set of ankle weights. These ankle weights can be placed on your wrist, on your ankles, and they can be used for the entire duration of the class. All right, so first starting, we're going to be in a reclined butterfly position. So laying onto your back, bringing your soles to touch, letting your knees butterfly open, hence the butterfly position. Holding here and breathing. Deep inhales, deep exhale. Just letting your knees fall wide. You can also place a block under each knee if you prefer. You can bring your palms facing up, pinkies and thumbs out by your side. You can also draw one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Deep inhales, strong exhales. Keeping it going. Belly rises, belly falls. On your next inhale, give me a full exhale. Releasing every bit of breath that you just breathed in. From here, seal your lips, breathing in and out through your nose. Maintain that same breath, filling your belly, ribs, and lungs. Hold it at the top with your lips sealed. Exhale through your nose, ribs, belly. One more breath just like that. On your next inhale, gently push yourself up, coming to a seated position and finding a tabletop position. Wrists are directly under your shoulders, knees are directly under your hips. We're going to patter our feet out, just relaxing our toes. From here, tuck your toes and then press your hips in towards your heels, stretching the back side of your legs. Coming back up with your toes still tucked. Hammock your belly, lift your gaze, coming into your first cow today. Deep inhale, on the exhale, untuck your toes. Scoop and arch, rounding your spine up towards the ceiling for calf. Bringing your gaze toward the tops of your thighs. Coming back through neutral spine as you tuck your toes. Deep inhale, bringing your navel towards the floor. Lifting your gaze. Scoop and arch, really round your spine up towards the ceiling. Gaze towards the tops of your thighs. On your next inhale, tuck your toes, lift your gaze. Hammock your belly down towards the floor. On your exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine. Maybe this time bringing your gaze towards your navel. One more time through cow and cat. Tuck your toes, deep inhale, hammock your belly. Exhale as you scoop and arch around your spine. Come back through neutral spine. Patter out your feet one more time. From here, rotate your fingertips towards the outer edge of your mat. You're welcome to stay here. Spiral your elbow creases in towards one another with a flat back. Option to rock from right to left, left to right. Come back to center. Rotate your fingertips towards your knees at any degree. You're welcome to hold it just like this. If you'd like, maybe sinking your hips towards your heels, rocking forwards and backwards, pressing your hands in towards the floor, rocking forwards. Maybe moving left to right, right to left. Come back to neutral spine, stacking your shoulders over your wrist. Bring your fingertips back to the top of your mat. Flip your right palm up towards the ceiling. Left palm stays down towards the floor. Rocking forwards and backwards, maybe side to side here. And then coming back to a neutral spine, flipping your right palm down, flip your left palm up towards the ceiling. Rocking forwards and backwards, maybe side to side. Noticing maybe this side feels different than the other side. Come back to a neutral spine. Flip your left palm down, once again stacking your shoulders over your wrists, knees under your hips. From here, we're going to lift our left arm high towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. On the exhale, draw your left hand under and through the right side body, hovering, holding. Left arm reaches up high. Hover under and through. On the exhale. One more time. Left arm reaches high. On the exhale, hover and hold. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Release your left hand down. Release your left cheek or ear to the floor or to a block. You're welcome to keep your right hand boxed out. You can also extend it out long in front, palm down towards the floor. You can also bind your right hand around towards your left hip crease. Wherever your right hand placement is, you also have an option to extend your right leg straight back. If you have that right leg extended, we're going to lift and lower for 3, and tap, 2, and tap. One more. All right, lower that right leg if you had it lifted. Keep that right leg extended. Place your right hand back under your right shoulder. Lift your left arm high towards the ceiling. Place your left hand back down underneath your left shoulder. If you have that right knee bent, go ahead and extend it out. From here, we're going to draw the right knee to the right elbow. Kick it back. Draw that right foot to the outer left edge. Look back over your left shoulder. Kick that right leg straight back. Knee to same elbow. Kick it back. Draw that right foot to the outer edge of your left foot. Gazing over your left shoulder 2 more times. Kick that right leg straight back. Knee to elbow. Kick it straight back. Draw it up and over the outer left side. One more time. Kick it straight back. Knee to elbow. Draw it straight back. Up and over to the outer left edge. Gazing, looking over. From here, bring your gaze back to center. We're going to rainbow up and over for 10. And 9. That's 8. And 7. That's 6. Halfway there. Stay with it. Right leg is straight or slow and controlled. You've got 5. And 4. Last 3. 2. On the next one, we're going to bring that right leg all the way over to the right side hip. Let me face you guys. Coming into our gate pose. So the inside of your right foot is in towards the floor. Both of your hands are still directly under your shoulders. You can also place your hands under blocks at any point in time. From here, tuck your left toes. We're going to press our hips back in towards our heel and then press it forward. Shoulders stacked over your wrist. Press it back. Bring it forward. 2 more. Press it back. Bring it forward. Press it back. On the next one, keep it forward with your shoulders stacked over your wrist. We're going to walk our hands towards our knee, rolling up, stacking your shoulders directly over your hips. Sweep your arms up high overhead. From here, cactus the arms, lift the gaze. The inner right foot is pressing towards the floor. Lift your gaze, arms come up 2 more times. Bend the elbows. Spread your fingertips wide, lift your gaze. Inhale, arms come up 1 more time. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift your gaze. Draw your arms back up overhead, gaze comes forward. Draw your left hand down to the floor or to a block. Right arm comes up towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to lift and lower that right leg for 10. And 9. That's 8. And 7. Stay with it, slow and controlled. 6. Squeeze that outer right hip. That's 5. Last 4. 3. 2 more. 2 more. You got this. All right, 1 more. Rise up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. From here, fold forward, bringing your hands back under your shoulders. From here, we're going to sweep that right leg from the right hip straight back. This time, we're going to flex the foot. So before you had the toes pointed, we're going to lift and lower for 10. Navel pulled into your spine. That's 9. Last 8. You've got it. 7. And 6. That's 5. 4 more. Last 3. 2. And 1. On this next one, hold it lifted, point the toes, draw that right leg up and over 1 more time to the outer left edge. Gaze over, looking over your left shoulder. Holding and breathing here. Go ahead and draw that right knee back in line with your left. From here, untuck your toes, bump your hips side to side. Headphones never stay in my right ear. These are my earrings. Just bumping your hips side to side here. All right, let's repeat that same thing on the left side with your left arm, right leg. Coming back to our tabletop. Wrists under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Lift your left arm high. Deep inhale. Exhale as you reach your left hand under and through the right side body. Oop, we already did that side already. All right, inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale. Did we? Oh my goodness, you guys. We did the left arm. Okay, we're going to do the right arm. I'm all turned around. Reach your right arm high towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. Exhale, reach it under and through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach under and through. Inhale, lift. Reach it under and through. Keep it going. All right, now I'm certain that we did the right side before. On the next one, we're going to hold that left arm under and through. I was definitely facing this side. Guys, I think I'm going crazy. All right, hold your right hand under and through the left side body, hovering and holding. Lower that right arm all the way through. Release your right ear or cheek to the floor. All right, definitely your right hand should be under the left. I'm so sorry. You guys probably got it right the first time. You are welcome to hold your left hand boxed out. You can also extend your left arm out long in front. If you'd like, you can also bind that left hand around towards your right hip. Regardless of where the placement is of your left hand, you are welcome to extend your left leg straight back or just keeping your knee bent directly under your hip. Deep inhale. Hold it here for the exhale. Inhale to press up. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release your right hand onto your right shoulder. Bring your hands back under your shoulders if you have them extended. If you don't already have that left leg extended, go ahead and extend it now. Point the left toes. We're going to lift and lower for 10. That's 9. And 8. You got 7. Think slow and controlled. And 6. Squeeze the base of your left glute. That's 5. And 4. Last 3. 2 more. On the next one, hold that left leg lifted. Draw your left knee to your left elbow. Kick it back. Draw that left leg up and over to the outer right edge, gazing over your right shoulder. Extend your left leg straight back. Draw your knee to your elbow. Kick it back. Tuck it over the outer right edge. Gaze over 2 more times. Extend that left leg straight back. Draw your knee to your elbow. Kick it back. Draw it up and over the outer right edge. 1 more. Kick the left leg straight back. Knee to elbow. Kick it back. Draw it up and over. Holding and breathing here. To deepen that sensation, maybe lower your left heel towards the floor to lessen it. Press into the ball of your foot, hinging forward. We're going to lift that left leg high, draw it up and over to the outer left edge of your hip. From here, we're going to tuck our right toes. We're going to press our hips back in towards our heel and then press it forward. Hips to heel. Press it forward. 2 more. All right, 1 more. Walk it back. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Walk your hands towards your right knee. Rise up, sweep your arms up high overhead. It's going to come face you guys. With that left leg lifted. From here, bend your elbows, spread your fingertips wide, lift your gaze. Inhale, gaze comes forward. Lift your gaze, spread your fingertips wide. 2 more. Gaze comes forward. Exhale, spread your elbows wide. Gaze lifted. Gaze comes forward, palms facing in, palms facing forward. Last time. Bring your arms back up overhead. Release your right hand down to the floor. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Right hand can be on the floor or to a block. Point your left toes. We're going to lift and lower slowly for 10. And 9. That's 8. And 7. Squeezing that outer left hip. That's 5. And 4. Keep getting a cramp in my foot. 3. 2 more. Stay with it. Last one. Lower that left foot. Rise up. Bring your arms up overhead. Bring your hands down to your right knee. Walk your hands out, coming back to that tabletop position. Maybe more so of a tripod. Right knee under your right hip. Wrists under your shoulders. We're going to flex that left foot. From here, we're going to lift and lower for 10 and 9. That's 8 and 7. 6 more. And 5. Squeeze the base of your left glute. That's 4. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Hold that left leg lifted. Draw it up and over to the outer right edge of your foot. Look over your right shoulder. Holding and breathing. On your next inhale, gently release your left knee to meet the right. From here, we're going to do a few hips side to side. I think this towel is hurting my knees. Oh, yes. All right, we're going to do a few hip circles here. So just bumping your hips right to left, left to right. If you'd like to take some barrel rolls, maybe bring your hands a palm print forward, drawing your hips towards your wrists, down hips towards your heels and around, and then switching sides. All right, from here, walk your hands back under your shoulders. Draw your knees wide, toes to touch. We're going to come into child's pose, pressing your hips in towards your heels. Stretching your hands out long. My left toes keep cramping up. Just holding and breathing. Your toes should be touching. Knees fall open towards the outer edge of your mat. Forehead down to the floor or to a block. Extending your arms out long in front. Holding and breathing. Coming back to that same breath that you started with. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, maybe taking them off the mat. Pressing your right hip in towards your right heel. Option to hold it here. You can also release your left hand towards the outer right crease of your hip. Right bicep to right ear. If you have your left hand behind it, go ahead and release it back down to meet your right. Walk your hands through center over to the right side of your mat, maybe slightly off of your mat, pressing your hips in towards your heels. You're more than welcome to stay here if you'd like. Release your right hand around to the outer left crease of your left hip. Left bicep towards your left ear. Feeling that stretch all down the left side of your body. If you have your right hand behind you, go ahead and release it back to meet the left. Walk your hands back to the center, placing your forehead back along the floor. Bending your elbows, bring your palms to touch at the crown of your head. You are welcome to hold it here if you'd like a deeper tricep stretch. You can bend your palms down, bringing your thumbs toward the nape of your neck. And extend your arms, bring your palms back down to the floor. Lift your forearms, pressing your finger pads in towards the floor. Palms are lifted. So with your hips in towards your heels, knees are wide, toes to touch. Release your forearms down to the floor. Slightly bend your elbows, bringing your palms to touch. You're welcome to hold it here if you'd like. Tap your thumbs toward the nape of your neck. And extend your arms out long. Palms are flat on the floor. Lift your forearms, pressing your finger pads in towards the floor. All right, from here, release your forearms back down the floor. From child's pose, we're going to press forward, releasing down. Lift your legs high. We're going to press up, mini cobra. Release down. Press up, mini cobra. Your knees stay bent. Release down. One more just like this. From here, walk your hands under your rib cage. Extend your legs long. Draw your hips back towards your heels, coming back to our child's pose. Forehead to the floor or to a block. Keeping your arms extended out long in front. Press forward. Stacking your shoulders directly over your wrist. Your knees are bent, bringing your heels in close to your glutes. We're going to lower down, elbows stay tucked in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing all the way down. This time, extend your legs long, draw your feet in so your feet are hip width apart and parallel. With your wrists still under your shoulders, press up, mini cobra. Release down. One more, press up, mini cobra. Release down. Extend your right arm long out from your shoulder. Relax your right leg, lift your left leg high, draw it up and over to the outer right hip. Just letting your right cheek or ear come to the floor. You are welcome to hold it here. If you'd like, you can extend that left leg long, maybe point the toes. We're going to flex and point and flex and point. One more. Hold the toes pointed, bend the left knee, roll back onto your belly. Bringing your hands back under your shoulders, press up. Give me 2 mini cobras. Release down. The top shoelace portion of each foot is pressed into the floor. Press up. Elbows stay tucked into your body. Release down. Extend your left arm long out from your left shoulder. Relax your left leg. Your right hand stays boxed out underneath your shoulder. Lift your right leg up and over to the outer left edge of your hip. Just releasing your left cheek or ear to the floor. You're welcome to stay here if you like to extend that right leg. We're going to flex and point, flex and point. 2 more. Hold the toes pointed, bend that right knee. Come back onto your belly. Hands directly on your shoulders. Press up, mini cobra. Release down. 1 more. Release down. From here, let's work some glutes. We're going to box the arms out so your elbows are tracking out towards the outer edge. Palms are stacked on top of one another. Stack the right palm on top of the left. Go ahead and bring your forehead to the tops of your right palm. From here, draw your right heel into your glute and extend. Point your right toes. Extend. Draw your heel in and extend. Slow and controlled. 8 more. Heel the glute and extend. That's it. Stay with it. Slow and controlled. 6 more. Elbows tracking to the outer edge of your mat. Just facing down towards the floor. Keep it going. 4 more. More. 2 more. Think slow and controlled. The slower the better. Your right heel does not have to touch your glute. Give me 1 more here with the right leg. Releasing that right leg, this time all the way to the floor. Top shoelace portion of your toes into the floor. Windshield wiper your toes side to side. All right, now your leg is nice and relaxed. Lift your head up, switching your palms. Right palm stacked on top of, left palm stacked on top of right. Release your forehead back down to the floor, just relaxing your neck. Relax your right foot that already did the work. Point your left toes, draw your left heel into your glute. You've got 10. And extend. Draw the heel into the glute. And extend. 8 more. Stay with it. Point the left toes even more. Think you're straightening that left leg so much that your quad is lifting off the floor. Maybe you're holding it there. 6 more. Yes, you can. Draw your navel in towards your spine, pressing your hips in towards the floor. Last 4. heel to the glute, and extend. If you get the shakes, the wiggles and wobbles, that's okay. Just come back into it, find your focus. 2 more here at the left side. Maybe lifting that kneecap, maybe lifting your left quad. All right, 1 more if you're with me. From here, release your left leg all the way down. Maybe windshield wiper your legs, top shoelace portion of your toes, side to side. From here, we're going to press up, bringing your elbows under your shoulders. Your forearms are out in front of you, palms are facing down, so you're making an 11 shape with your forearms. From here, we have a double heel tap, heels to glutes, and extend. Slow and controlled, double heel tap, and extend, point through your toes. That's it, 6 more, just like this. Your gaze remains forward, drawing your hips in towards the floor, navel pulled into your spine. Your lower back is pressed into the floor. Stay with it, 4 more. Yes, you can. Heels to glutes and extend. Last one. All right, we're going to repeat that, but we're going to do a double pulse when we get our heels into our glutes. So pulse it and extend. Double heel pulse and extend. You got 8 more. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. Press your elbows, your palms in towards the floor. 7 more. Double heel and extend. That's it. 6 more. Slow and steady wins the race. You're halfway there. All right, 3 more. Double heel pulse and extend. Beautiful work. We're not tapping our toes back to the floor. We're keeping them hovering. Once they extend, last one. All right, extend your legs. From here, we're going to alternate right heel in, left heel in. Right heel, left heel. Give me 3 more. 2 more. One more on each side. All right, draw your heels into your glutes. Draw your knees wide, soles to touch from your feet. So with your elbows and forearms pressed into the floor, we have some froggers. Lift your thighs up and lower and lift and lower. It's a small movement. That's it. You got 7 more. And 6. And 5. That's 4. Last 3. And 2. And 1. All right, walk your hands under your lowest rib cage. Press up, full cobra. Keep your knees bent, gaze up towards the ceiling. Look over your left shoulder. Your knees are wide, heels in towards your glute. Back to center, gaze up towards the ceiling. Over your right shoulder. Back up towards the ceiling. Bring your gaze forward. Extend your legs. Come through tabletop or come directly downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. And breathing. All right, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hip. Hold your right knee bent. Draw your right knee behind your right wrist. Draw your left leg back. Untuck your left toes. Option to walk your hands back. Rising up, you can place your hands on blocks. You can also place a block under your right hip if that's more comfortable for you. Squeeze your left glute to open up your left hip. When you're ready, fold forward. Again, hands can be on blocks at any height. You can also bring your forearms down onto blocks, just hinging forward. One of my favorite stretches is rocking side to side, opening up the hips. Right hip comes down, does not have to tap. You do want to move it towards that direction, and then left hip down. Let's do 2 more on each side. Right hip down, and left side. 1 more on each side. Back to the left. All right, from here, walk your hands back under your shoulders. We're going to swing this left leg around and front. Your left leg is straight, sole of your right foot into the inside of your left leg. Bring your hands to heart center, flex your left toes. We're going to lift and lower for 5. And 4, working that hip flexor. That's 3, 2, and 1. Lower that left leg down, reach your arms up high overhead. Fold forward, bringing your right hand to the outside of your left foot. You can also grab a strap, if you like, around the arch of your foot. Folding forward, bringing the crown of your head towards your toes. Another option is to bend your left knee or placing a block under your left knee. If you would like to deepen the sensation, bend into your right elbow. Bring your forehead towards your knee. On your next exhale, gently roll up slowly. Place your right hand behind your right hip. We're going to come into Stargazer. Lift your left arm high, coming onto your right knee, your left toes, pressing your hips forward, releasing back down. Hips gently come down. Bring your hands by your hips. We're going to draw that left leg back behind us, coming back to pigeon, placing your hand under your hips. We're going to tuck the left toes and lift the right leg high, coming to three-legged dog. You can bend your right knee. If you like, you can flip your dog coming into wild thing by keeping that right knee bent and just letting that right foot fall over the left hip, and then press your hips forward. Extend your right arm out long. If you're in wild thing, flip your dog, coming back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Let's repeat that same stretch on the left side. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your left hip directly over your right. Hold that bend in the knee, and then draw your left knee to your left wrist, coming into half pigeon. Right knee gently comes down, and then scoot that right leg further back. Untuck your right toes. Same options here. If you'd like, you can grab those blocks at any height. If you want, lift your gaze. Squeeze your right glute to open up your quad and your right hip. You can also place a block under your left hip. When you're ready, you can fold forward, bringing your forearms onto blocks or directly onto the floor. Listening to your body. Maybe this side is different than the other side. If you would like that deep stretch also on this side, maybe rocking the hips to the outer left hip, coming through center, over to the right side. Neither hip has to touch the floor. You're just rocking side to side. Notice the different sensations that you are receiving on your body. Let's do 1 more on each side if you're with me. You can also fold all the way forward. Bringing your chin or your forehead onto the floor. Maybe extend your arms out long. This is also a great stretch if you're practicing for the splits. Wherever you're at, walk your hands back under your shoulders. Lift yourself up. You can keep that right leg straight or have a bend in it. Draw your left hip down as you swivel that right leg around and front. Flex your right toes. The sole of your left foot is pressed to the inside of your right thigh. Bring your hands to heart center, stacking your shoulders over your hips. You can also lean back. We're going to work on that right hip flexor. Flex the right toes. We're going to lift and lower for 5 and 4. Think slow and controlled. 3 and 2. Nice work. One more. All right, release that right leg down. From here, draw your arms up high overhead. If you like, grab that strap. We're going to reach the left hand to the outside of our right foot, that outer knife edge. Again, you can also use that strap, bringing it around the arch of your right foot, and then folding forward, bringing your nose towards your knee, heart towards your thigh. You can also bend that right knee. You can place 1 or 2 blocks underneath that right knee if that's more comfortable for you. If you have your left hand crossed over, to lessen that sensation, keep that left arm straight. To emphasize that sensation and that stretch, bend your left arm. Draw the crown of your head towards your toes. Holding and breathing. On your next exhale, gently rise up. Bring your left hand to the outer left hip. Right arm sweeps up high. Lift your hips, coming into stargazer. Left knee down. Right foot down. Press your hips forward. Gently lower down. From here, bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Sweep your right leg back around. Finding our pigeon pose. Tuck your right toes. Lift your left leg high. Three-legged dog. Options here, you can stack that left hip, circling out your foot. If you'd like to flip your dog into wild thing, hold that left leg bent and then spiral it to the outer right hip so much that it folds over. Landing your left foot down, rocking on that knife edge of your right foot, left arm extended long. If you're in wild thing, come back, flip your dog, find your downward facing dog, pedal your heels. Gently and slowly lower your knees towards the floor. Come to your left or right hip on the floor. Bend into your knees. Feet are flat on the floor. Grab a block. We're going to do just a little bit of core work here. Just to finish up. That block is wide between your palms. Knees are bent. Feet are flat on the floor. We're going to roll back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way down. Tap that block overhead. We're going to roll up. You guessed it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll back. 10, 9, 8, one vertebrae at a time. 6, 5, 4, 3. Draw your navel into your spine. 2, and 1. Roll all the way back. From here, release the block overhead. Bend your knees over your hips. Your knees are bent at 90. Flex your toes. Press the block into your left thigh, pressing it with your right hand. Left arm reaches high towards the ceiling. We're just going to left arm, right leg for dead bugs. Extend for 10 and bend. You've got 9 and bend. That's it. Stay with it. Your lower back is zipped to the floor. This is 7 and 6. Your left arm, right leg are hovering. Stay with it. Halfway there on this side. That's it. You've got 4. Press the block in with your right hand. Press your left knee into the block. 2 more. Last 1. All right, extend your left arm high. Bend your left hand. Keep your right knee bent over your your right hip. Press your left palm into your right knee. Extend your right arm up overhead. We're going to send that right arm, left leg. You've got 10. Think slow and controlled. Lower back is pressed in towards the floor. Stay with it. I'm still counting. You're extending your right arm and left knee long to a hover. If doing both at the same time is distracting, if you notice that your lower back is lifting up, your belly is doming outwards, just do your left knee and keep your right hand directly overhead. That's 6. All right, you are halfway there. Stay with it. Press your left palm into the block. Press your right knee into the block. That's it. That's 3. 2 more. Last 1. All right, keep your knees bent. Grab that block. Set it off to the side. Lower your feet. Keep your knees bent. Lift your hips up. Bring your block to its lowest setting under your hips. Release your hips onto the block. Butterfly your knees open. Just breathing here. Bringing your palms facing up by your hips. Just letting yourself fall into the floor, into that block. And then bring your knees together, soles of your feet on the floor. Lift your hips up, release that block off to the side. Curl yourself into a tiny ball. Grabbing wrists, opposite shoulders, rock and roll yourself for 3. And 2. 1 more. All right. Come to a seated position. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Hands to heart center. Fantastic work. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me today. This is Yogalates. My name is Amanda. Have a fantastic rest of your day, your week, your month. See you all next time. Thank you.